I'm actually just planning a vacation with my wife to Nashville. She wants to go there.
Oh, yeah.
You have to stop by Metropolis, Illinois. If you're going to drive.
Yeah, we're driving.
Metropolis, Illinois, my man.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Go see the Superman Museum and the statue. Yeah. You'll thank me later. It's a day drinker's paradise.
Yeah, see, I can't day drink.
I love it, man. You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Yeah, that's tough. I can't drink 5 hours and go back an hour and then hit it again.
Oh no, yeah. Like if I'm doing it,
world.
That's your world. That's where you live.
If you can take a nap in there, like 2 hours and like nap.
Oh, geez. I'm home.
Kiko, how we feeling in there, man?
I don't know if I can do it.
We are good.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Let's hit it.
And here we are, Ryan Rydell sitting across from the trophy husband, Jim Beluch himself. And as you can see from the wide camera angle, get that thing off of Jim. We don't need too much camera time with him. We have a friend with us today, Mr. Mike Scalise. How you doing, man?
What's up, my man?
What's up, brother?
This guy's fun. Said, hey, man, come in the studio with us. Let's chat.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about it.
Let's do it during the workday. Actually, things to do.
Yeah, right. I saw a video of you recently.
Oh, great!
On your story, and you was practicing your vertical.
Oh, I have a vert.
Yeah,
I still have a vert.
That actually was impressive.
That was 48 inches.
Did Anthony see that?
So that's not your vert. Understand?
No, I know what
your
it is.
Your vert is you're jumping straight up leg straight. So,
Yeah.
But I just try to tell my son. So I played basketball was my sport in high school. So I try to explain to my son in everything that he does that he'll never be quite as good as I am, right? Which is he's a better baseball player. We all know that. But
we're going to get back to that. Hold up.
Yes.
''Hold up.
Okay.
This guy is like 5'2".
Shut it. Shut it down. 5'8". I know he does that. When you're 7 foot like Ryan, everybody's 5'2".
You were a baller back in the day,
I was.
and I heard
you
you used to slam it.
I could dunk. I could dunk.
That's awesome.
My son don't believe me, but I could dunk.
Yeah. All right. Back to your son. Sorry.
No. What were we talking about? The vert. Yeah. So that was. And you should come to the gym. It's CrossFit gym. You should try it out. You won't get hurt.
I don't want to embarrass you. Like that,
no,
Mike.
wait. I got a whole different idea. Why don't you come to the gym that the guy that's sitting next to you
with the hat
freaking owns?
The guy with the hat?
That guy.
Yes, that is a good point. I will do that. I promise I will come.
We're actually starting a bunch of...
that's what we can do. We will hop into your gym for a minute.
We're actually
we'll do
starting some morning class, like some adult, more CrossFit weight loss, muscle tone shit. That's actually starting here in like a week.
Does it have to be in the morning?
No, we have some 6 p.m. classes as well.
There you go. I can do 6 p.m.
Yeah. Actually, our 6 p.m. class for the adults is pretty banging.
Is it?
We typically get about 8-10 people in there. It keeps it busy.
I'm going to want it to myself, though, because...
No, you're working out with me.
But we have some open gym.
6 p.m., bro, we just got done talking about how I'm a day drinker. I'm going to be drunk by 6 p.m.
Every day.
Every day.
I mean...
So, hey, I got a funny story. I haven't told you this yet. So actually, Mike reminded me of this before we were waiting for you to get here because you were late, which is acceptable because I was late last week. So,
all right.
Thanks
for the call out.
So, as you know, and maybe some of our listeners don't know, our kids go to school together at Boylan, right? And they play baseball together. They've played together off and on over the last 6-7 years.
Yeah.
Aiden would sub in for their team, and so now they're playing high school together.
Yeah.
So Dad here was in the dugout last Friday, yelling at his kid, and I looked at Mike. I was like, Mike. I was like,
no, I wasn't. Okay, so there's a second side of it. There's always two sides of the story, right?
Okay. So let's say this. Let's say this. His feet were not in the dugout, but his face was.
Let me set the pre-story on this.
and I yelled at him. I said, Mike, what are you doing, man? I said, get out of the dugout.
So the real story on this was most of these kids, including my son and your son, I've coached since they've been like 5 years old.
Yeah.
So now these kids are in high school, so I know a lot of these kids. And at this time during the game, my son got called in from center field to pitch. Did a good job, right?
Yeah, no, he did.
However, he's very accurate, but he had these hitters down 0-2, 1-2, 0-2, exactly where you want to be as a pitcher, right? Yeah. And after the
Throwing him a meatball.
After the first 0-2 pitch, meatball, fastball right down the middle of the plate. This happened twice. Got a hit on him both times.
I was standing next to Mike when it happened, and I already knew. He's like, what the fuck?
So I'm like, I know the catcher very well. Okay. So the catcher, after the inning, the catcher and the pitcher come in. So I'm on the dugout. Just, hey.
He's on the fence. Like the fence.
I'm like, Gavin, Anthony, just come here. They're not listening. Gavin, Anthony. Then one of the moms starts yelling at me. I think it might have been my son's mom. But
this conversation started on the dugout side closest to home plate.
Yes.
Mike went around the other side of the dugout because the kids went that way.
So I tried to educate them on what you do. Educate them on what you do at 0-2-1-2. No meatballs. Get them to chase. And my friend here, Mr. Belush, said maybe we can talk about that after the game.
Wow.
Well, here's the deal, though. The one thing, and I'd thought about this. What we don't know is was the coach calling some of those pitches, which happens a lot at the high school level. So.
My thing wasn't about the pitch call; it's about the location of the pitch. Get on the corners.
All right,
corners.
Here's a couple of points I want to make here. First off, you just said you're a basketball guy. What the fuck you doing in a dugout screaming at the baseball players?
I
coached
more baseball than I coached basketball.
Yeah, I feel you. Secondly,
it was great.
If I'm coaching that team, I'm looking at you and be like, "Dad, sit your ass down."
Coach wasn't in the dugout yet, so Coach would have. Coach would have probably said something.
Third point, Coach needs to know better if he's calling that. But the most important point is these kids are still pretty young. Coach might have called a high one, and the kid just didn't execute.
No, it was all actually pretty good. I was laughing as I was yelling. I was like, Get over here, man.
I knew as I was saying, even my son looked at me and said, go away.
That's awesome.
So Laura and I got there.
You ain't my coach no more.
Get out of here, Dad.
So we got there early. And so for pregame, all the boys were over at the fence talking to us. And like I had snacks. People were getting like animal cracker cookies and shit. So like I got my fill in before the game. And I knew exactly what happened because I was like, oh man, like I just want to just talk to him. Like, hey, dumbass. Like, because that's what they need. They need somebody to yell at them and say, hey, dipshit.
That's exactly what they need.
And in fairness, at high school level, you got one head coach, and he's coaching third. So it happens a lot of times. The first base coach is the kid that got the last out that puts a helmet on, right? Which unfortunately doesn't necessarily know the game like you should. So he's kind of just he has a good seat to the game is pretty much what happens. He's not really doing anything on first base, but
I've been through all that.
It was great though. No, it was. We're very fortunate over at Boylan. We got some great coaches, and the kids are really good. They're nice kids. They support one another, and I like that.
They do. Yeah, they do. They got good teams too. Good coaches. Yep.
So this was the first game.
This was the first game.
It was.
There were some jitters. Let's just say that. There was
big game tonight if it happens.
Oh, yes.
Aiden Baluch is either going to look like a rock star or he's going to shit down his leg.
Hano Boylan.
Hano Boylan JV.
What time?
4:30 at Rockton Athletic Fields.
Nice.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be late for dinner.
Yeah, well, so that's actually another story because my wife called and you never put us on the reservation.
What?
Yeah, what? Yeah, the Duckhorn dinner. How about this? I know what today is because I paid attention. Remember last week we were talking about scheduling and reminders? Yeah. We called Beloit Country Club.
Yeah, I sent her a text the other day, said, hey, make sure they're seating us together.
Yeah, well, we weren't even on your reservation.
Of course, I didn't think you guys needed one. I thought she alady got one, and
Laura
that she asked me to get two more.
Told you to do it.
She told me to get a reservation. I assumed she thought for the two of us.
Yeah, dude.
So how is this going to end? You guys will be at your boys' game.
So so they didn't put us on there. What Laura did is said, hey, they just said, hey, if you're going to be late, just give us a call. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
So that's the plan.
So it's no big deal.
It's not a big deal.
See, this is how you get out of trouble with Jim.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know that we know that you. I know that we know that you fucked up.
Oh.
Cheers to that.
There you go.
It doesn't happen often, my man.
Where's dinner tonight?
The Beloit Club is doing a wine pairing dinner.
Got a date?
Thing. Yeah.
Got a date?
Yeah.
Dude, you always got a date.
Yeah.
I like that about you.
Yeah. The date.
The date?
The date.
Oh, the date?
Daniel.
I got a date.
I don't have a date.
No?
No, I don't have a date.
How's that been going?
Oh, that's great. Dude, great. Oh, dating 2024. You want to go?
So
you
you're,
do this?
you're what, 38?
Oh my God! Do not get me and Mike started on
38.
this.
38,
I'm
39?
Yeah, let's go 39. I like 39.
right.
That's a good number.
I just so we've talked about this a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Like and it was more centric to Ryan's dating.
It was our first episode.
Yeah.
He decided
talked
to
about
dive
dating?
in
Oh.
and talk about
No,
how
I
he was
just-
living frivolously through my dating life.
No,
Nice.
no. I
Nice.
just couldn't imagine doing it.
Oh, it's you know what? Let me give you an example.
I didn't
of
like
what
dating
is.
whenever I was doing it and being married for
I
25
enjoyed dating
years.
when I was in my 20s, just not, as you say, I'm in my 30s. No, dating's like, pretend like you need to go find a movie, not on demand. You're going to, hey, go to the store and look for a movie. You end up at Walmart, okay? And you're in the clearance bin. And all you see is these movies, and only thing left is VHS tapes. That's it. That's how you got to pick a VHS tape.
Dude, that is
So then you
There
get
ain't
the
no
thing,
Blu-rays, there ain't no
the
DVDs.
box, because you
There's
know
no
you know
4K?
the movie by the box cover, right? And the box is kind of ripped up. Maybe there's some plastic over it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's been used up a few times, right? So you take the box home, you put the movie in, and it's not even the movie you bought. It's a different movie.
That's right.
Now think about those metaphors
trust
for
me.
a second.
Yeah, dude.
That movie
That's-
got some shitty reviews too.
Oh, it did. It
Well,
did.
yeah,
and
but you know what? You don't find out about the review.
skips.
You don't find out
There's some
about.
late fees on it too. There's some late fees that you got to pay someone else's fees for that movie.
And then all of a sudden, the DVD pops out the machine and says, "It's not me, it's the machine. The
I
machine don't work."
Yes.
Oh my god,
Yes.
dude!
Yeah, there's about 20 trailers of people that watched it before
You
you.
don't find, so now, when do you really find out about the reviews? Is that whenever you ask if you go back to the bin,
I got
or
this.
is that like
you're never gonna know about all the reviews, my man.
really?
Oh yeah.
No, the reviews come out once you own the movie. Then you get the reviews.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're behind a pay gate.
oh, so there's like a firewall.
Yeah.
And you have to submit.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're talking about movies. We're just talking about movies. Nothing else here. We're just talking about movies. No one gets sensitive.
Man, I couldn't do that.
No, you don't want to do that.
No. Nope. That scares.
Well,
scare the bejesus
get
out
a
of me.
dog.
You're happily married, Jim.
I is,
You better be, because I know what your wife does for a living.
dude. She would
Oh,
crush
she would
me.
crush
Oh yeah.
Listen. It's cheaper to keep me, y'all.
Oh yes.
It's cheaper to keep me.
I'm gonna get.
Who wouldn't want to keep you, Jim? We've already identified
trophy
you are
husband.
the trophy husband.
Hey, man. I do what I can when I can.
That's right. That's all a woman can ask.
Yeah.
Unless you're dating, then they ask for more.
Yeah. Oh, they asked for
No,
more.
I've been lucky. I've found a girl that I really enjoy. So
Yeah, she's nice.
yeah,
Yeah. Danny's great.
yeah.
You're okay too.
Every Tuesday,
Mike, don't say that.
Wednesday, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. All right.
Thursdays, I'm running late.
Yeah. Well, when Ryan's dating, Laura and I see less of him.
Yeah,
Which is understandable. I get it. But since he's been single, we've always left the door open. Like, hey man, like we live 5 minutes from you. If you're not doing anything every single night, we're having dinner. You're always welcome to come over. There's always enough food, and he's taken us up on that quite a few times. So, but that offer is always a standing offer for.
See now, because you're single, do you cook? Do you cook a lot? Or
I
no?
do. I love to cook, man,
do
and
too.
I love to cook for people.
Me too. I'm the same way. I'm Italian, so we always cook.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I love cooking. What? You don't cook at all, do you?
I'm Italian.
I cook.
Oh, you do cook?
I do cook.
You're Italian?
I'm Italian. Well, I'm like 28% Italian.
No, it's not Italian.
What? How? Okay, what's the
tu parli
percentage?
italiano?
Do you got to be 30, 35,
Yeah, what- yeah,
40?
50. I say 50. Just
50?
At least
Are you? I thought you were Sicilian.
one of your. I am Sicilian, but yeah, I am Sicilian. But
Yeah, because
it's
we've
50,
had this.
because then you can say, one of your parents was good and the other one messed up. You know.
So what if you were in the 40s, right? Or you just
do
kind
you
of
have an Italian last name? Are you in the 40% with the Italian? Do you have a vowel at the end of your name? We'll give you that.
That's actually legit. I could see
That's
that.
legit. So I'll give you 40% if you have an Italian last name.
If
But
there's
if
a vowel
if your
at
last
the
name's Johnson and you tell me you're Italian at 40%,
It's like show me your DNA test.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see what's the test.
Yeah.
1 and 1, whatever.
Yeah, I'm mostly French German, and then a huge chunk Italian, and then the rest of me is just a mutt.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, Egyptian, Arab, like you name it.
Arab.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there was like 4% just pure alcohol on my DNA test.
Like during the day too.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. A little bit higher during the day.
Day drinking, man. We've talked about this. We just talked about it earlier. Love it. Love it.
Can't do it.
Love day drinking. I like morning drinking, actually. Really
That
early.
means you have a problem. That means you have a problem.
I don't.
Morning drinking.
I don't do it often.
You know, we used to
but when
like you, Mike, and now you come in here calling us out with our.
right? Like I actually, if I'm going to do
Can I get
it,
some more vodka in this, by the way?
Yeah.
but yeah,
goodness.
man, good times. So what else is going on? So you own a mortgage company,
Not
correct?
own. We run a branch with two other partners. Yeah.
Okay.
Run a mortgage company. Been doing that for 20 years.
Dude.
20-something years, yeah.
So I mean, it's been a complete fucking shit show for the last 5 years. What's going on now?
No, so actually
Like-
surprisingly, during COVID, we were at our busiest times.
Yeah.
Rates were down, lots of inventory.
Everybody locking it
were
in.
Buying. Yeah, people were buying. I guess they didn't have anything to do but home shop, so because they're all sitting at home. But now, since after COVID, now we have huge inventory issues, so really rates are not necessarily super high, but they're higher. Rates really don't matter as much if you have inventory, though. If you have inventory, people are going to buy. It's the problems when you don't have inventory. Even a person that wants to sell their house and get a new home, they're scared to sell their home because they don't have anything to buy.
Yeah.
So you're not going to sell and not have anywhere to live. So that's kind of been the stress on our industry last year and then going into this year.
So like when you talk about the rates, so like normal rate is like 6.5%.
That's what I would say. That's what the going is now.
So what credit score do you have to get that 6.5%, and where does it jump? Is it to 800, or if you have a 725, do you get screwed with an 8%?
No, it doesn't work quite that way. So you can.
There's a lot of factors.
There's different programs. So let's just use the two: conventional, which we'll call that the better credit scores; FHA, maybe less scores; 640 FHA. 700 and above. Let's just say for conventional. But once you hit those markers, your rate's really not going to differ too much. An eighth, 1/4%. It doesn't really differ that much. But again, remember rates during this COVID era and even a little before, we hit in the high 2s, 3, 4.
We're still on a 2.75.
Absolutely. So that's the other thing. Even if do you want to get rid of that and take on a 6.5 and a new house? So there's a lot of different criteria that's going on to make people say, "Oh, I don't want to do this right now." So, and again, inventory is the number one biggest issue that we have all across America that's going on. So,
Mike here helped me buy my house in Roscoe back in 2017.
when you moved here.
Did you get that place sold yet?
So closing date is next month.
Oh, you do have. So okay,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
I knew you guys were on the market, and I knew you had some offers coming in.
There was an offer within less than 48 hours of list, and then that didn't go through. Within less than a week, we knew that was not going to happen, and then like 2 days later, we had another.
Yeah. And you guys, that's a nice neighborhood. I knew your house was going to sell pretty quickly there. So,
yeah, but it was a funny story because I, being a business owner, it's not as easy to verify income in certain ways, especially when you're dealing with mortgages. So I went to my local bank thinking they've got all of my money. They know exactly what comes and goes in the business and personal everything. It's all in one local bank. And they said, no, we just don't have something that would even work for your situation. We don't have the program for it. And I called up Mike.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, dude, we got you.
What did I say? I got a guy.
Yeah.
I got a guy.
Yeah.
Guy like Mike always has
I got a guy.
another guy.
I got a guy.
Because if he can't do it for you, he's got multiple guys and girls that can.
Well, Mike did it for me, and I thank him for it.
I was the guy. I was the guy.
Of course you were, man.
So we're coming to the end of an era on that one. That house is getting sold.
Mine too soon.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, this year or later. Yeah.
You saw the video of that house and you commented on it. You're like,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, how friggin' cool would it be
If I bought your house,
if you bought my house?
maybe I will buy your house.
Well, come in on a better offer.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I'm just saying, everything's negotiable.
I mean, money
Everything.
talks. Money
Always.
talks. Yeah.
That's money. Cash is king. It still is today. Although I have been seeing some, I wouldn't say it's disturbing, but you with the financial markets, and I know you keep up with that stuff. How blockchain technology and Bitcoin is really there's things out there that they're talking about, especially from the U.S. government, on how like I'm not saying the collapse of the dollar, but it's being strained, and it's because just like they're phasing out, they're shoving electric vehicles down our throats. They're gonna shove Bitcoin or digital currency the same way, and this blockchain technology is really starting to take over.
Well, yeah, I mean that stuff is a little bit different, but if you want to talk bird's eye view of this topic, man, everything is digital these days.
It really is.
I mean, what percentage of your money is physical money in your possession right now?
Not enough.
Probably less than 1%.
Yeah. I want to be a prepper.
Honestly,
I so badly want to be a prepper. Laura's. So we talked about this. Have you seen those Patriot boxes? Dude, you got to look this shit up. It has meals, and it's a to-go like bin.
Like guns and everything in it? Really?
No, you can put shit in there, but I have plenty of guns.
Okay, you're doing that.
Is this a bug out box?
It's a bug out box, but it has meals that can last. They're like MREs. It's just.
Is it only meals?
Yeah, I think so. It's sustainability,
So
but they last
for
for like 25,
It's a
30
meal
years.
box that you put in your bug out bag.
Yeah, no, you put it in your bug out truck.
Oh,
So it goes.
we're talking like
Yeah, big. It's big enough.
Oh.
But she bought me like solar powered shit. I want so badly to dig a hole in my yard and put a fucking facility underground.
Jim. Before we do that, how about we actually utilize that gorgeous poker table that you have in your basement?
Yeah. I actually.
Can we do that first before we dig a hole?
You
and
down
try to-
with some
Let's
poker?
have a poker night.
So
Let's do it.
Laura bought me for Christmas a nice brand new table, and so yeah, let's figure that out. We'll
Yeah.
get a couple more guys. I think. What do you guys think? 5 or 6? Pretty good.
Six is a good number. Hold 'em,
Yeah.
playing hold 'em.
I mean,
anything.
play poker all
the
night.
more guys are there, the more
I
money
figured.
get.
I figured
yeah,
$100
yeah.
buy, $100
right?
buy-in, right?
Yeah,
And then $20 rebuys,
I love it.
and then we'll just go until
There we go.
yeah.
There we go. Let's do it.
That'll work.
Yeah, I got the chips. We can rack out.
Yeah.
Just don't be mad if I don't show up every once in a while.
Well, if we plan it, why wouldn't you show up?
Because I'm going to feel guilty about taking all your money that consistently.
You're not even close to that smart.
Bet.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I love poker night.
Oh, that's freaking great.
No, I do. Actually, Laura hit me. She asked me about that the other day. She's like, "Are you gonna get a couple guys over, get some poker going?" I was like, "Yeah, man. Like, it's high school baseball season. Like, I'm still trying to figure our shit out, and because I want to be at everything. I just
I don't like missing games. That's for sure.
No, it's
Goes quick, man.
yeah.
It's going to go real quick. The high school baseball season is abbreviated.
You got your old. Obviously, your oldest Aiden. Your oldest is what age?
22.
Oh, so my daughter's the same age. 20. She's 23.
Yeah. There you go.
So you're young.
Oh, yeah. I was 20 years old when Zach was born.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So your daughter lives down in Florida, right?
She just graduated this last year at University of Alabama.
With her master's.
Like she done?
With her she's done. So she graduated with her master's. She did her master's in a year. Yeah. So she was.
Wow.
She went to Lutheran here. Was like, I love her to death. I don't know where she got her smarts at, but she was basically top of her class at Lutheran. Full ride, academic ride to Alabama. Got 4 years there. 1 year, 5 total years. Got her master's, and then she moved down to Fort Lauderdale. And took a good job in her career. Her major was industrial engineering, and she got a good job down in Lauderdale. So I was just down there about a month ago. Spent about almost 3 weeks down there with her, just hanging out.
No, I remember when I was graduating high school, like industrial engineering, they told people to not go that route.
It's beyond tough.
Yeah, and they that's when the mechanical engineering and that kind of stuff. But nowadays, I think the industrial side is coming back. And
Well, so down in Florida, from my understanding, what she does, and there's a lot more to it than that. But obviously, you have all the high rises, Miami, and all that area. So they're not there. They're not really architects as far as helping build these, but they're more on the inspection side of things. So you remember, was it 2-3 years ago that
big ass hotel
Miami dropped, fell,
that residents.
Well, I think that's kind of their job to make sure that doesn't happen, or they do all the inspections. And I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that, but that's kind of part of what she would be doing. But you're right; it was one of the toughest toughest majors that was out there. And I remember when she was very big into competitive cheer when she was in high school. So her senior year, Rockford Lutheran, they won state. So they're the only all-girls team to ever win state in this entire area. Belvedere North has won co-ed many, many times, but they were the only all-girls team, Rockford area, anywhere in this area to win it. And she was a very phenomenal cheerleader. She did travel cheer and all that stuff. And when I heard she was going to Alabama, I'm like, girl, you gotta cheer down there. I want to see you every Saturday on TV.
How badass would that be?
And she thought about it. She toyed with it. But because her major was industrial engineering, that is a very, very intense major, and it required a lot of schooling.
Yeah, very demanding.
And she decided she wanted to do the sorority life down there, and down in the South, SEC, that fraternity sororities are huge down there.
Yeah.
I was wild. The first time I went to go visit, and she was already down there, the size of these sorority and fraternity houses, every one of them looks like the White House. Every single one of them.
So she's 23. She's got a kick-ass job.
Yeah.
She's getting ready to get married?
No, man. She's pretty independent.
That's a sensitive subject to bring up to a dad.
No.
I know, that's why I will say,
in her defense, she's dated a couple. Every guy she's dated, I've liked. You know what I mean? So she's got a pretty good picker. I just think she's not ready. I think she wants to get her career, which I'm happy with that. I'm like, don't. Yeah. Me and her mother, we dated very young, got married pretty young, and I think she's doing the right thing with her career first, and then we'll move on from there. So proud of her, 100%.
That's awesome. Good, man. I wish more kids would do stuff like that.
Yeah,
I certainly didn't.
Get out of here. There's nothing wrong with moving somewhere for your job and establishing your life.
Yeah, especially down in Florida, man. It's so much nicer down there. But like we said, 20 years old when my son was born, and bam, I'm a family man.
Yeah, that's quick, man. Yeah, that's quick.
Yeah, but here, living a life now.
Yeah, there you go.
LIVIN. So, but what else? What else is going on? What's on tap this weekend? Anything fun?
This weekend?
Yeah.
A lot of work for me, actually. I do have some pretty cool news to share, though. This weekend I'm going to Phoenix, as we talked about last week. But when I come back...
Josh is going back home on Friday.
Yeah, he's going to fly back with us.
For now. Oh,
yeah.
He is?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, going to go see a Cubbies training game, do a little brunch, get a little sunshine, get away from all this snow that's going to hit this area here real soon. Not mad at the timing for my trip.
It's coming.
But once I come back, we're gonna hit it real hard because I got this new business thing that I'm developing, and for that business, I was actually just cast on a reality competition TV show.
Very cool.
Yeah. So in July, I have until July when we film the show to get this business where I feel it's good enough to represent on this entrepreneurship reality competition. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to come back with a championship trophy.
So as what I would consider your best friend, I'm fully expecting some shameless plugs
for the trophy husband, the cuddle monster.
Fuck yeah, dude! I want my name mentioned. It's got to be. This has got to be.
You looking to invest in a business? I can mention you all the time,
right? It's like Top Gun on the premises this time.
All right.
Yeah.
Where's this filming going to take place?
So it's I'm not exactly sure how much I can share at this time. I haven't sent out the PR yet, but it is on location at a casino that's getting rented out.
Okay.
And it's a week-long competition and filming. So I'll be gone for about a week only.
Nice, though.
Yeah.
It's a cool opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's going to be, once it does finally air, which I'm unsure of the exact schedule, but when this season is recorded, I would anticipate maybe a couple months afterwards it'll be done with post-production and released. It'll be available on Prime Video.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Should be a pretty good time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
So, funny segue, a guy that I was stationed with in the Marine Corps, he was one of my old roommates. He's now an actor. He lives up in New York. James Battisti, super nice guy. We were stationed together for 3 or 4 years at Quantico, and he's been doing some films, and they're not bad. So I'm hoping that maybe your public TV career isn't shitty.
Career?
Yeah, this is the start of it, man.
Yeah, it is. You might be big time.
It could be.
Well, hopefully the business pops off real well because I've been developing this business now for About 3.5 years or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's finally to the point where I feel like I'm ready to take it to the next phase. So that's really what I need to pop off. I don't care about me being on the TV show. I need this business to work.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
You know, I forgot you were in the FBI, weren't you?
I was 10 years.
Financial side?
No, I was. So I started out like as an administrator. So every government job, and this is for anybody that is looking to work for the federal government, is don't be set on only your dream job to get in, right? The best way to do it and navigate it is get your foot in the door as quickly as you can. And then you look at the job that you want. It gives you some time to research and things like that, and then you attack it that way. And so I started out as an administrator. I did a lot of case management work. So it was filing shit, it was writing stuff, tracking payroll and stuff like that. And I wanted to be an analyst. So the FBI has essentially, if you're not an agent or an analyst, you support those two, right? That's how it works.
Okay.
And they're very open and honest about it. And anybody that's not in that group, they treat like shit, right? So I was like, well, I was already too old to be an agent, and so I attacked the analyst side. I actually, they discouraged me. My chain of command discouraged it.
Jim's not pulling punches here. Watch out.
No, I was up in Milwaukee.
Government's going to come down on this guy talking shit about working for the FBI.
Us Italians, we don't like the FBI either very much.
Look, I get it.
So I was in the Milwaukee field office, right? And there were people that were on that side of the house that did things to discourage me. So I stopped asking them, and then I blindly applied, and I got it. And I got the call. At the time I was in Madison, and I had to go to Quantico for 12 weeks. So it's 5 days a week. You have to live at the academy, and so you go through soup to nuts. You got to do all the exams. There's some crazy. So I was by far the oldest person in my class. This is going to be a great story. So
gonna be. Get to it, Jim.
Hey, shut up. So
No, you're good.
Everybody. So we're at graduation, right? James Comey is the guest speaker. He gives out. He was the director of the FBI at the time. He's giving out, when you graduate, you get your creds, your ID. So I'm sitting next to my mom, and they're introducing like our class valedictorian. These are all people with PhDs and extra master's degrees. And my son, Laura, me, and then my mom and her boyfriend are sitting there. And my mom kind of nudges. She's like, I understand like all these people. I get it. She's like, how in the world did you end up here? My mom said that. Plain as day. And like, I was like, fuck.
It's like, thanks, Mom.
I was like, thanks, Mom. I was like, I'm just super smart, right?
She always believed in me, though.
She did. So
Sounds like it.
That was that. So I was an analyst for about 5 years. I left in 2020 to transfer over to the FAA, and I feel like I look like a genius because right around 2019, 2020 is when the FBI started taking a shit publicly, and I mean, now today they just look like a bunch of assholes, and I look like the genius for leaving,
getting out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, but I was with them for 10 years, and you know, I was in the Marine Corps for almost 12.
Right.
So I've been a lifelong government service worker.
Jim out here gonna have some FBI agents on his doorstep, like,
yeah,
they can come.
Shut
they
your
can come
mouth,
to my house
boy.
any day. Actually, a retired agent lives right across the street from us.
That's
and I'm still
hilarious.
good friends with him. I was worked with him in Rockford. So
yeah.
He's a Boylan guy.
I talked to an FBI agent one time in my life. I remember I one of my rental properties that I own had some guy came in, applied, gave me his application, ID, gave me like $1,000 cash for security deposit, was going to move in like a month. And all of a sudden I got a call from an FBI agent, and I've never talked to an FBI agent in my life. So I'm like,
It's intimidating.
it's intimidating. I'm like, hey, yeah, this is Mike Scalise here. I'm like, yeah, hey, how you doing? He goes, yeah, this is FBI agent, whatever. And he goes, yeah, I need to ask you about a tenant. I'm like, okay, which one? He's like, well, it's one that maybe applied. So he said his name. He's like, does he live there yet? I'm like, no, he's moving in for a month. He goes, can we please see the application and the ID that he sent over? I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, can you tell me what's going on? He goes, no, at this time I cannot. So I sent it all over, and I'm like,
that was nice of you because you didn't need to do that.
No, but I was like, well, but I got a vacancy. I need to know what's going on. So I said to the guy, I'm like, can you just tell me one question? He goes, should I be looking for another tenant? He goes, yeah, you probably should be. I'm like, all right, thank you. That's it. Nice. That was it. I kept the security deposit. Never heard from the guy again. So I don't know what was going on. But
there's shady shit that's happening in Rockford all the time.
FBI is what monitors or our industries. It's like the mortgage industry.
Well, so kind of. So it's funny you said this. I was watching on the news last night. They were talking about FinCEN. Any transactions, and I think whatever the thresholds are, and it's all public knowledge. But whatever that is, it automatically does a report on on transactions and things that so it's automated, and then agents from Treasury Department, ATF, DEA, FBI, if they can do searches in FinCEN. And they do, like, as an analyst, I had access to that, and you can do searches, and that's how you can kind of not start an investigation, but it's one way that you can really kind of hone in on somebody if somebody's doing some really dumb shit.
Well, if you remember the 08, 09, the housing crash era, that's when the FBI got really involved. We had all those programs, the stated income, doc loans,
all the
fraud that was going on. They were the ones that got really involved with that, and then of course all the laws changed, and it made mortgages not necessarily tougher to get, but they got rid of some of the
it's like the Dodd-Frank stuff, right?
Yeah, some of the programs just went to the side. It probably should have never existed in the first place. But the FBI was very big in that as far as
the financial side. I worked a little bit of financial, mostly gangs and drugs, and working with local PDs. So the Rockford Northern District of Illinois has 10 counties. So I tried to work with all the sheriff's offices in any small town PD departments. So if they had bad dudes and had they got pulled over and they did police reports, I'd try to collect those and use that towards bigger and better things to direct resources for Rockford FBI office. So it's an information game, and most FBI people, it's not glory. They all sit behind a fucking desk.
See, if I was in the FBI, I want to be undercover Donnie Brasco type.
Dude,
send me to L.A.
That's a whole nother thing.
New York, and I get in. I get in with them, and then I probably get whacked. But so maybe that would be the best. But
my ideal law enforcement.
There's a lot of testing to get into
that kind of
programs.
My ideal law enforcement picture for myself, if I was ever to get into it, is Bad Boys Mike Lowry. I want to be Mike Lowry.
Yeah.
Dude, that's I
good.
love Mike Lowry.
I want to be Mike Lowry. Yeah.
Martin? That's Martin.
Yeah, Martin and
Will Smith.
Will Smith was Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry.
Those two were good.
Yeah. That's my ideal. It's like I just want to wear a suit, hide a gun somewhere, roll around, beat some people up, get yelled at by my superior officer.
So, you've been in your industry for a long time. I have not. Laura and I talk about this all the time. I get an itch right around the 5-6 year mark of any job that I'm doing. It's not that I don't like my job. It's like, I'm like, man,
you want something different?
Yeah.
It's that's like dating in 2024.
Right.
It lasts about 5-6 months though.
Yeah.
I feel you though. No, honestly, I've been doing mortgages forever. If there was other opportunities, I think I'd look at them because I could always do mortgages still.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I 100% get what you're saying.
I'm always looking for that, and I know you. I think everybody kind of is, but some people are just content with nope, this is what I'm going to do, and you know what you're going to make. You know what your metrics are.
Well, there's a beauty in that comfort if you have a career and you work for a great company, you've got a very specific skill set, and other people can use that and hire you and bring you on. You can have a consistent salary and build a life off of the expectation.
They want you to be a worker. And not a thinker.
There's nothing wrong with working for someone else because there is that security. It was not for me. I realized I don't want to say quickly, but I did realize at a young enough age, 29, that it was worth more investing in myself. Yeah. And with that does come some additional freedoms. There's pride that I get in the work I do. but there's also an insane amount of stress and uncertainty
and risk.
And so I'm just now going through, like, you guys have been in that game for a long time. I'm just now opening myself up with business because I want that independence, right? And I've always felt that I'd be good at that, but I've always had that background of like, well, I got a good government job. Like, I'm going to get I know what my retirement's going to be. Yep. I know what my 401k is projected to be. Like, government is still one of those places where you actually get a funded pension, you know? So, like, it was too easy. But now, as I've gotten older and as Aiden's gotten older and getting ready to graduate high school, I'm just like, this isn't going to cut it, man. Like, I need some independence. And so that's really what the business adventures are about is some independence, bring something cool to the community and things like that. And what you guys do provide a fantastic service for your clients, the community. And I know, like, we've talked about community involvement and all that stuff. And I know both of you guys do a lot of that as well. So I'm now making that shift, and I'm late to the game. So, but it's never too late. You never win without the shots with the shots you don't take. Right?
You're late to the game. I mean, if we're going to talk straight numbers, you're 46, 40, how old are you now? 47, 48?
48.
48 years old. I'm trying to be generous, Jim. I'm trying to.
I know.
You know, we got a camera on us.
I got to get a colonoscopy now.
I'm trying to.
Oh, those are fun,
dude.
Trying to knock a couple years off for you, Jim.
I got some stomach shit going on. Those are fun. Like, dude, as you get older, like, I'm fine. Like, so I've never had to do maintenance. I've always been in decent shape, right? But I've never thought about it. It's just like, you just go, you live life, everything in moderation, and you'll be fine. And then, I hit 47 and a half, and I'm like, shit, man. Like, getting out of bed is different.
You own D1 workout facility. Yeah, so you could, there's your answer, man, right there.
Oh, no, I do that.
How often do you work out? What's like the regimen? Are you on like a certain?
I'm not right now, but I'm in there probably 2-3 times a week.
What you need to be doing is being in there and stretching and flexing those muscles a bit, man. You need to start using them more often. And you don't have to look a certain way, but feeling a certain way is more important.
Like,
no, you look good. No,
I'm just a little guy, not 5'8" little, but
we don't all need to look like Mike when we're 50. But my point is, like, if you want to feel good, man, there's certain things you got to do to feel good.
But like, as you get older, there's requirements, man. Like, for guys, and it kind of goes back to the premise of this show of like, hey, man, be smart. Go do the maintenance things that you need to do. And I'm just telling you right now, I'm going through the maintenance process. Like, I'm taking probiotics because
I take so much right now. So, I heard every day I get out of bed. I mean, I'm glad I work out as much as I do, but man, it's
so so many pills to take and drink.
But it's everything's so goddamn scary nowadays, man. Like, it's like, and then if you go on WebMD, I can't.
It's as scary as you let it be.
I die from 80 different things right now with my symptoms.
No, it's only as scary as you let it be. Like the concept of being too late in starting your business. Although, yes, you are later in life and you've got less time to develop it. The fact is that you're never too late, man. You got a passion. You've got an idea. Right? Fucking go get it.
I believe that.
Stop sitting around. It's never too late, man. I was 29 when I started my business. I was 31 when I actually started making a decent amount of money. And I don't feel like I really hit a stride until about 5 or 6 years ago, man.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm in my mid to late 30s. There's a lot of people say,
you were Mike's age back then?
Here we go.
Yeah. But you get my point,
me on the show,
like,
guys. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Peace. Just do you. Whenever it happens,
I know.
If that's when you're 22, 17, 12, you want to be an 8-year-old making content, get on that phone, make some content, and make your parents some millionaires. Hopefully they don't steal your money.
So it makes it fun. But all I'm saying is, like, guys, make sure you're going out in maintenance. Like, you have to
take care of yourself.
I'm a true believer. It's not like something's wrong. It's just like, I'm realizing, like,
because
I got
42, 48.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that 48.
Something like that. Look,
you're
man,
older than me.
Different types of people, but we all got bodies, man. We got to take care of them. I learned a long time ago that I was not taking care of my body the right way.
I started going about 2 years maybe ago. I go to a chiropractor twice a month, and not just when I hurt, just twice a month. Maintenance. Yeah. Just for the maintenance part.
We actually teamed up with a local chiropractor and their massage therapist at D1. So we're going to start sharing services there and integrating coincidentally, the chiropractor is also a certified strength and conditioning coach. Like he would make a great trainer at our facility even. But so we're introducing that stuff. We got our weight loss, Max is at the weight loss clinics today, passing out some of our flyers just because a lot of people take these vitamin stacks or whatever they're taking or the Ozempics and things like that. They're losing muscle. And so we have built programs for those people. So not only are you can take those stuff, but add a regimen of exercise, and not only are you going to be healthier, but you're actually going to meet your goal so much faster if you incorporate the exercise. Of course. We've been doing a lot of that stuff.
I'm sure your gym talks about, no matter, like I work out probably 5 days a week, I would probably say. But now that I'm kind of on my own, I control the intake of what I buy at the grocery store and things like that. And that is so important. Like what I eat, I'm really low. I almost no sugars probably, but low carbs, not no carbs, but low carbs, smart carbs, things like that. So I'm watching what I eat now. And that's, especially as we get older, that is the absolute most important thing. You can work out 7 days a week. And if you're at McDonald's eating, cheeseburgers every day, it's not going to matter,
Yeah.
So that's where I've been able to get my body to where I want it to be.
I've been eating a lot more fish and chicken as I've gotten
that's perfect. Yeah. See, I'm pork. I'm trying to stay away from I like red meat. I love steak, but the problem is I'm trying to limit as much red meat, but I can't. Especially when summer hits, I grill out almost every single night. Love grilling out, and I love steak. So I've got to try to limit that a little bit and stick with pork, chicken, shrimp. I love shrimp too, but.
Well, and Aiden he's keeping me honest with it as well. He just started. He wanted to. Coach Coop talked to him about it. It was like, hey man, get on a regimen, and even during in season, don't lose the gains that you did off season.
Yeah.
And he put him on a regimen. He's like, look, this is what I would do. Sure as shit, man. Aiden came home. He's like, look, this is what I want. Lots of we're doing the chicken and rice and some eggs and that's what he's in fruit. And so
speaking of getting older and staying fit, I've been seeing some shit about Mr. Mike Tyson himself getting back into the training room.
He's 57
years old.
So he's just a little bit older than you.
Oh man, here we go.
So he's hitting because he's getting into the ring against Jake Paul, right? Jake Paul, big dude, looks young good. Dude, strong, and he can knock some MFers out. But so can Mikey.
Mikey actually got Jake's career started.
I'm telling you right now.
Jake's first fight was the Tyson Holyfield reunion match.
I hope it's not a scam though. I hope they go at it.
Well, let's hope they do. But here's the question, man. Let's say you go in, everybody's saying it's Mike Tyson. You can't beat Mike Tyson. He's going to knock you the F out.
Dude,
he's 57 years old.
He could die with one punch.
Even a fit 57-year-old, let's say Jake beats his ass. You feel good about beating up a 57-year-old?
Right. So is Jake is he considered a professional fighter at this point?
I think he is.
So at this point, people so the only reason that this is continuing to go on is because the money behind it. If there was no money, this shit would stop. Go fight real fighters, man. These guys are over the hill. They're washed up.
Here's the difference. When Tyson was young, the young day of boxing, you're fighting to get to the top ranked. Yeah. That's the purpose. That's it. There's no other purpose, right?
25-year-old Mike Tyson? Fuck no.
Now it's the draw.
But he's not 25 years old anymore. He's 57. Yeah. So if Jake Paul, I don't know how old Jake Paul is. I think he's in his mid-20s or something. Yeah, whatever he is. Yeah. But if he beats him, how do you feel good about beating a 57-year-old?
Every one of them whenever he makes $50 million, man.
And he handpicks it.
That's what it. Yeah.
Here's the thing: you've seen the videos of Tyson sparring, hitting the bags and stuff like that lately. I mean, he looks good.
Yeah, he's impressive.
That's day 3 of training.
Now he's gonna look good doing that. The problem is when you get in a ring and you have to do that for 3 minutes and then rest and then do it for 3 minutes. I have gloves where I work out at now. We got a heavy bag, and I'll hit that. I'll with my gloves on. They're just the hand gloves, not the boxing gloves. And you go on, and I'm in pretty good cardio shape. I will hit it for 30 seconds, swinging. take a minute off, and then hit it for 30 seconds. I am winded. Like, so
take 16-ounce gloves.
Yes. Yeah. Now he's got heavier gloves. He's 57. I don't know where Mike's cardio is going to be at. I don't know.
What I do love about it, it's going to be free on Netflix.
Yes.
I'm going to watch the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to enjoy it. Like, I love the big pay-per-view fights. I really enjoy that. We always have that on at the house. So, I'm definitely going to watch that.
Well, I'm hoping that we learn a lesson from this if Jake does win, and then he gets a bunch of shit for beating up an old man, because at some point in my life, my son will be able to kick my ass. And I want him to feel bad about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That point hasn't happened yet?
But
not yet.
Like growing up. Like, and I still believe this. Like,
Zach's a big. He's getting
big,
he's getting fit. He's a good looking dude. He keeps himself straight.
Your ass. They're
not
fast.
Yet, no.
They're faster and stronger. But in the end, the way I see it, is there's an opportunity for them. But, and I've always told this to Aiden. I was like, listen, man, you probably if you stuck and move and you stay disciplined to it, you're probably gonna get me. Like, you're gonna wear me down. I said, but if I get a hold of you, man, I said, I'm gonna tell you what, I don't care. I will bite you. I will break individual fingers. I will punch you in the balls.
Your
I
son
don't care.
is 15 years old, almost 16. You are not at the stage in your life where you need to admit that he could possibly ever get you, man.
Listen.
Like, you got to show that dad strength to be like, bitch, lay down.
Well, he knows it. But I've just let him. Hey, think what you want. Just know.
See, I just have a look. I just take a look at my. That's it. So done.
I will
That's
handle
it.
you, boy.
I'm not messing around.
He doesn't go past that look either. Like, there's moments.
Aiden tried to come up on me 2 years ago, right? Because I don't look like I got much strength. But he tried to come up on me 2 years ago thinking he'd a man, and I just straight up lifted and threw him on the couch. He's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, just your dad has twice the strength because he's your dad.
Yeah.
He will kick your ass. Never give him a window. My son is 22 years old.
Listen, I'd
He
jack
hits the
every
gym
one of
twice
them
as
up.
much as
Your
I do.
Kid, your kid,
and he
my
still
kid.
can't kick my ass.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit. Kid steps up. Guess what? You shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat that ass.
Yeah.
You gonna get beat ass.
Yeah, lay down.
Did you ever see that TikTok? The little kid who's like, give me some Reese's peanut butter cups, or you gonna get beat ass.
That's great. I'm looking at that timer, and I think it's about
Shit.
It's about ready to
That
roll
went
out of
by
here.
quick.
We got some day drinking to do though. Yeah, you got some meetings to get to though. You're in the middle of a merger.
Meetings.
You got business. Like,
meetings.
yeah, Jimmy over here. He's got some trophy husband work to do.
We got a game tonight. We got to beat Ananiga tonight.
Boom.
Let's
go. Let's go.
All right. Well,
That's dog water, bro.
Hananiga and Boylan, if you want to watch that game,
4:30.
4:30
It'll be
p.m.
live streamed.
at Rockton Athletic Fields.
Live streamed on Game Changer.
Yeah. And if you want to watch Jim beat Aiden's ass, it's never going to happen. Apparently.
Netflix. It's going to be on Netflix.
Yeah. So, but that game, the varsity's playing at Boylan, right?
They reverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that,
All right.
I think that's how it works.
We're going to wrap this one up. And I think we got some good clips of stuff here, man. I'm looking forward to seeing how people respond to some of Mikey's advice on life
doing
over
this
here.
For clips.
Watch the whole thing.
Clips.
Watch the whole
we're
thing.
gonna, you know what?
clips?
Because we didn't really dive into a lot of your dating advice. I really appreciate your perspective on the movie bin.
Don't take my dating
Dude,
advice.
that actually
Don't
was
take
that,
one thing
that
I
was
said
pretty good.
serious, please. You'll be single for a long time.
All right. Anything we want to say to the crowd before we shut this thing down?
Hey, again, Mike, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me on.
It's always fun to talk to you. Ryan, as always, brother.
All
All right, guys.
Let's
Peace.
go.
See you.
That's fun.